Hey, it is Friday. Welcome to your go-to show for sports here on the Shore. Delmarva Sports Insider. I'm Sports Director Anthony Joseph.
And I'm Chris Brunk. Thank you for joining us. We've got a whole lot going on tonight, Anthony, right?
We certainly do. It's jam-packed. Let's go what we have in store for you tonight. We've got some highlights from the Mardella Warriors and Stephen Decatur softball showdown, plus the Colonel Richardson baseball player. He's been so dominant on the mound. We'll have more about this talented player.
And Lake Forest's Darius Miller is taking his talents to the next level. Find out where he'll be playing college ball. And one resident from Seaford talking about the legacy of Tom Brown, who passed away recently. But Anthony, we start with some results from the Bayside South Track and Field Division Championships.
We certainly do there, Chris. Track and Field Championships for the Bayside South on Thursday. Parkside took home the crown for the boys. But what about the girls? Starting off the day strong for the Tri was K-Ty Reddick. Reddick taking home first place in the 100-meter hurdles, setting a new personal record of 16.6 seconds. That is impressive. In the 4x200 relay, Parkside finishing ahead of the pack and setting a new meet record in the relay event at 1 minute and 46.61 seconds. But it was the James M. Bennett Clippers girls track and field that stole the show, finishing first overall with 135 points. Sisters Paige and Wren Early taking first and second place in the 800 for the Clippers. Paige setting a new personal best and a meet record of 2 minutes and 29 points, 94 seconds. Another impressive and visual performance for Bennett. Jade Matthews grabbing gold in the 300-meter hurdles. Here's what Matthews had to say after setting a new personal and new meet record for the Clippers.
I'm so happy because I went a couple weeks without PRing, so it felt really nice to do. I get really tired on the last stretch, so I was just trying to make sure I could jump the hurdle. It feels pretty nice. I'm happy I could do it.
And of course today, Anthony, we had some high school softball out in Delaware. The Henlopen North and South clashing on the diamond on what was the hottest day of the year out there. The Woodbridge Raiders hosting the Milford Buccaneers. Bottom of the first, Callie Chelton rips a grounder through the left side of the infield, and home comes Abria Reed in to score for the Raiders. An RBI single for Chelton right there. Now the top of the third, Briella Salisbury straight up the middle. This is going to score Adri Fountain and tie up the game at 2-2. The Bucs starting pitcher helping her own cause with a base hit right there. Neither offense going quiet though. Bottom of the fourth, Chelton again. Another ball to left field. This time it's two Raiders rounding third and crossing home plate. It was a big day on offense for the senior. Milford wasn't done scoring either, but they couldn't overcome the deficit. Raiders down the Bucs at home 8-5. Here's head coach Caitlin Slater on how her squad held on to take home that big blue W.
Today, my players really built off of each other. They weren't relying on massive hits to, hit home runs or anything. We really focused on base hitting and picking each other up, and they just strung the hits together and played solid defense.
Decatur looking to close out the season with a win against Mardella. Bottom of the third, ball is hit in the field past the pitcher, trying to make the play at first, but she'll be safe as the runner comes home off a single RBI from Donalds. Elena Donalds. Top of the fifth, Seahawks get a bunt. Mardella looking for the play and decided to get it at first, and there goes Hayden Ellsworthy as she slides home and scores for the Seahawks off a single RBI from Riley Herzog. Seahawks still looking to take the lead. Another bunt. As the Seahawks do the same play this time, Juliana Woodall will score off a sacrifice bunt from Bailey Griffin. Decatur looking to extend. Ground ball to the infield. Makes her way off a fielder's choice. Maddie Dunaway out at first. The offense keeps going. Seahawks will go on to beat Mardella 3-1 after the game. Head coach Scott talked about his team's performance.
This senior class has not had an opportunity to get to the Bayside Championship, and Mardella has just been fantastic the last few years. But we finally have an opportunity to take this group, led by our seniors. We've got 5 seniors. It's a great class, 3-time returning region champs, going for a 4th. Juniors, sophomores, freshmen haven't had a chance to do this. So, you never want to, look forward, and you want to take it one day at a time.
Stay updated while we're at these games in real time.
Make sure to follow WMDT Sports on Facebook and X right now. Well, as the new head coach of Delaware State University, Deshaun Jackson has been able to get some high-profile athletes, but also some talented local players. He's now signed Lake Forest multi-sport athlete Darius Miller, son of Dion Miller. Darius, a star basketball and football player. In his senior season, he had 26 receptions for 511 yards with 6 touchdowns. On defense, he made 24 tackles with 1 interception. Exciting news for the Lake Forest athlete.
Tom Brown impacted many people in Delmarva, and he made a lot of friends. Brown recently passed away. Mike Lambert became very close to him while Brown lived in the Salisbury area. Brown was a 2-time Super Bowl champion under Hall of Fame coach Vince Lombardi. He became a Packer when he was drafted back in 1963 out of the University of Maryland. He was part of 3 straight NFL championship winning teams from 1965 to 1967. Brown also played for the Washington Senators in Major League Baseball. Lambert talks about the impact of Brown on the community and the special player he was.
Yeah, well, Tom played for the Washington Senators in 1963, and then he went and played with the Green Bay Packers, I believe, for 5 years. And till Deion Sanders came around, Tom was the only player to have hit a home run in Major League Baseball and won a Super Bowl.
And Parkside Rams tennis player Michaela Smith has had an outstanding career playing for the Rams tennis team. Smith plays doubles and singles. She loves the game, and now all her hard work and dedication is paying off for her. She has just committed to play tennis at the next level at Randolph College. Here she is talking about why Randolph was the right fit for her.
The dynamic that the team has, Coach Sam Martinez, he's a really good person. He's like a family guy. And the team, they were just really welcoming. And right when I stepped on court, I felt like I was at home, like I was at Parkside again. So it's great. I work hard for this, so I'm very, very blessed to be where I am today. And I'm excited for my next chapter.
Congratulations to all those student athletes that are signing to play on to the next level. We're calling our first time out, but when we return, I'm sitting down with Salisbury School head coach Jermichael Mitchell. He loves helping the young kids and student athletes learn the game of basketball.
We've got that and more when Delmarva Sports Insider returns.
Hi, I'm Bailey Griffin with Stephen Decatur Field Hockey, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.
Welcome back to Delmarva Sports Insider. Yes, we are live. I'm Anthony Joseph, Jermichael Mitchell. You know, you love the kids. You've been coaching for a very long time. Talk about where that passion comes from, you know, coaching these young student athletes.
Yeah, so I had a coach when I was younger, Walt Stevenson. I played AAU basketball for a very long time, and then also Butch Waller. So it's just been instilled in me, you know, as a basketball player, to work hard, have a great effort, and now that's what I try to teach the kids.
What did you learn from Butch Waller? Of course, he's you know, one of the best coaches out there. What did you learn from him?
His system, man. He has a great system where if you have athletes or you are able to train or raise athletes, they can fit the system. It's a fast break system. It's one of the best systems around, and he's used it for a very long time.
Now you have some, you know, some summer camps coming up, and talk a little bit about, you know, what you have going on.
So I've partnered with Wacomico County Parks and Rec to have a summer camp we do called Hoopers. Hoopers was a league that we did in the summertime, but last year, because of the weather being extremely hot some days and the rain, we had to kind of dumb it down. So this year we'll be doing an academy, and then at the end of the academy, we'll put the kids on a team and be able to play games. But we hold it at Harmon Park, where the pickleball field is, and behind the YMCA and the basketball courts. We'll have the training sessions there. You sign up through Parks and Rec. We are sharing the flyer and sharing the information, but you can go right on the website in order to get more information. But it's called Hoopers. They have an inside camp that they do in the summertime, and then we also have the outside academy.
Why did you decide to start this academy?
Girls basketball, man. Girls basketball, we felt was on a downward spiral. So we're trying to bring it back. We're trying to get young ladies to understand that they can be basketball players and they can get their name out there and they can go to college. College women's basketball right now is one of the hottest things going. So we're trying to inspire young ladies from the Eastern Shore to buy in and just get better through training.
I think right now, you know, college basketball, Ladies basketball is really on fire because really Caitlin Clark has kind of taken over.
Yeah, that year was very good between her and the other young lady from LSU. I mean, going back and forth.
Angela
and then,
Reese.
of course, Angela Reese. And then, of course, now Juju Watkins, Paige as well from UConn. So basketball is really on fire, man. So a lot of people are paying attention, and I hope that it continues to grow, especially here on the Eastern Shore.
Now, you've been helping, the community for a very long time, a lot of different projects that you've been doing trying to help. Why is it so near and dear to your heart?
It's near and dear, man, because I had people in my life when I was younger. It's one of the things that kept me safe, kept me off the streets, playing basketball, kept me traveling. Like I said, I played AAU since I was 12 years old. And it was like the brotherhood. It's like family. Basketball on the Eastern Shore is a very big thing. Cambridge winning the state title was a very big thing for the Shore this year. But it makes us family. No matter where you go on the Eastern Shore, if you can play basketball, you can hop on the court and people show you love and they treat you like family.
You're also like a mentor. Talk a little bit about mentoring some of these kids.
Yeah, so mentoring is a big thing for me, man. I had a lot of positive adults who have helped me get where I am. I still have mentors even at my age now. But I believe people should get involved in mentoring young people because young people need positive adults. You never know what's going on in their households or their communities, but if you can be that positive adult, you might be able to help them pull through.
What is a positive message that you can tell people that are out there watching to maybe, help them through a tough situation, sports related?
Yeah, I mean, adversity is one of the biggest things that help you grow. In sports, you should always want to grow. It's just like training. If you don't work hard to get better, you won't get better. We say it all the time. Hard work always beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So it's just very vital that the kids out there understand the work that it takes in the off season to be better during the season.
That's a great point because you look at the NFL, you look at these other sports, and they might come out, of college with all the talent, but if you don't have that work ethic, it really doesn't translate.
Yeah, it doesn't translate at all, and that's one of the key things we try to get kids to say. You have to put in that work in order for it to translate into the game.
What else do people need to know, kind of what you're doing?
Yeah, so I also do some mentoring here in the community. We also have some other events going on, different basketball clinics, different free events for youth throughout the summer. We know kids need things to do, so we're partnering with different organizations. But we'll share that information and put it out there through some of our other nonprofits that we have as well.
What information can you share with people if they want to contact you?
Oh yeah, so I'm Jermichael Mitchell on social media platforms. You can always reach out to that. And then my cell phone number, I always give that out to people because I'm easy access. Like I said, I'm a trainer, but it's 443-497-8049. I'm always accessible, whether it's community resource or something of that nature.
We had, of course, Marcus Yarns, Dante Trader. You had one signed it undrafted, the other one, that was drafted.
Yeah.
Just talk a little bit about the community finally kind of getting some attention.
Yeah, I say the biggest piece is that things are definitely going to take us there. These kids making it, show other kids it can happen.
Thank you so much, Jermichael, for taking the time. Really appreciate it.
Yeah,
it's always a pleasure. Now back to you, Chris.
Thanks, Anthony. Well, coming up, Delaware State Police are investigating an officer-involved shooting yesterday in Milton. Plus, a St. Michael's man has been arrested following a shooting in Salisbury last Friday. We'll have that story and more coming up after the break.
Hi, I'm Coach Powell from Indian River High School Softball, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.
Back, everyone. Delaware State Police are investigating an officer-involved shooting yesterday in Milton. Just before 4 p.m., numerous callers told 911 operators that a pickup truck was traveling erratically down Lewis-Georgetown Highway. Troopers tried to pull the driver over multiple times, and eventually the truck pulled into the Cool Springs Farm community. Police say the driver then got out with a knife, ran into an occupied home. Troopers made multiple commands for the man to stop and drop the weapon, but when police say that he came at them, they opened fire. The 44-year-old man from Milford was pronounced dead on scene. The involved troopers are on administrative leave. A use of force investigation is underway. Now, anyone with further information is asked to contact police at 302-747-2821. And in Salisbury, a St. Michael's man has been arrested for a shooting last Friday. 30-year-old Rytel Dodd is accused of damaging 2 homes and killing a dog in the shooting. Salisbury police responded to the 600 block of North Division Street around 11 p.m., finding the 2 homes that had been struck by bullets. People were inside at the time, but no one was hurt. However, a dog did die inside of one of those homes. Dodd was able to get away from the scene, But after being arrested, he's being held at the Wycomico County Detention Center on multiple charges. Meanwhile, Maryland State Police are reminding folks to drive safely ahead of the Cinco de Mayo weekend. Troopers will be conducting statewide DUI patrols and high visibility enforcement. You can also expect to see an increased presence along routes 13, 50, 404, and Maryland Route 413. Maryland Department of Transportation officials say 158 people die every year as a result of impaired driving, and more than 2,700 are injured.
We'll probably have double the number of troopers working the weekend, and their main focus is going to be impaired driving enforcement. So we urge the public to celebrate responsibly, and if they do have an occasion where they drink too much, please do the responsible thing and call a ride share or a taxi or a friend to get you home safely.
And over the past 5 years in Maryland, nearly 800 people have lost their lives in a crash involving an impaired driver. Now let's toss things over to meteorologist Eric Al for a check on the weather.
Nice warm day today, but it's going to get increasingly wet as we go through the weekend. It's dry right now, though. East Coast Public Sky Cam looking live at Ocean City. Nice mild night out there, if not a touch humid out there, though. We got widespread 60s and 70s, so certainly not going to feel like what it should be for this time of the year at this time of the day. It's dry right now, though, but because of the humid air mass in place, there have been a couple of downpours with lightning within vicinity of the region. Got that shower passing through central Maryland, but not going to be the case for us. I can't rule out a passing shower tonight, but generally I think we're going to keep it dry, even going into tomorrow as well. This is all along and ahead of a slow-moving cold front, an emphasis on slow-moving. Now, why is it slow-moving? Well, take a look at the upper levels of the atmosphere. We have an associated upper-level trough, which shows up really well on the water vapor satellite imagery. Check out that spin right there on the satellite loop. It's in the process of cutting off from the main jet stream flow, so the jet stream lifts north, and this low pressure basically becomes cut off and sits and spins here for at least a couple of days. It doesn't have any opportunity to gain some ample forward momentum. So it's not until Wednesday where it finally gets caught by the jet stream once again, and it's able to pivot out here by the time we get to Wednesday. So the translation for us is that by the time we get to Sunday, we'll have chances for showers by then, by Monday, and even into Tuesday as well. Now, because of the slow progression off the front, the bulk of the showers and storms are going to be to our west and north. There could be a few stronger ones, but if we get a pop-up storm somewhere, let's say at around the mid-shore points north, there could be some gusty winds and a brief heavy downpour, but I think that's a very slim chance. I think most of the day tomorrow is going to be mostly sunny with very warm temperatures. So see how Futurecast tries to pick up a shower. So again, a non-zero chance for maybe a pop-up shower or a thunderstorm, but generally speaking, it's going to be mostly sunny. It's not going to be that bad of a day whatsoever. With temperatures in the 80s, it's going to feel a bit like summer out there. But then the front makes its approach by the time we get to Sunday, so this is going to feature the best chance for widespread showers, maybe even a quick downpour or a rumble of thunder. This is the time frame at 11 a.m. on Sunday, so Sunday definitely looks like the wetter day, mostly cloudy skies, and by the time we get to Monday, we're not done with the rain, because we've got more showers in the forecast for then, and even going into Tuesday as well. Again, this low pressure is going to be slow moving and kind of stall for the next couple of days. And it's not until Wednesday when this whole feature pushes out of here, and by the time we get to Wednesday, I do think we will start to dry things out, and the skies should clear out. So Wednesday looks like a pretty good day, but we just have to get through Monday and Tuesday as well, along with Sunday's rain chance as well. Tonight, we'll keep it on the mild side, temperatures in the 60s, maybe a passing shower, but overall, it's going to be dry out there. And again, for tomorrow, particularly during the afternoon and the evening, I can't rule out the chance for maybe a passing shower out there. But overall, though, I think we should keep it on the nice dry side, temperatures in the 80s. So rain for Sunday, even a few showers Monday into Tuesday. Wednesday looks good, but maybe a few showers for the end of the week. We'll definitely watch it, Anthony.
I like that warm weather. Stick around. One Colonel Richardson baseball player is having an outstanding season. Find out where he's going to take his talents next year and play college baseball. You're watching DSI.
My name is Troy Brohan. I'm the head baseball coach at Salisbury University, and you are watching Delmarva Sports Insider.
Welcome back to Delmarva Sports Insider. Last year, baseball pitcher Jordan Rogalski was one of the most dominant pitchers on Delmarva. He was undefeated, 7-0, 1.21 ERA. He racked up 74 strikeouts. He was also the Bayside Pitcher of the Year. Here's a closer look at this talented player. Colonel Richardson baseball player Jordan Rogolski is one of the top-ranked baseball players in Maryland. The 6'3" right-hander can throw a fastball in the 90s, and he has good ball movement. He spent many years honing his skills.
Since I was 4 years old, T-ball, it goes a long way back. But baseball, the love for the game has always been there. It increased when I got to high school, and it's continued to flourish ever since then.
Rogolski has never lacked the confidence necessary to be a really good player. He's always had a positive attitude and believed that he had the talent to fulfill the goals that he set for himself.
Never think you can't do it because we're from a small place. You just have to go out there and protect your dream, and if it's worth it, you'll go out there and do it.
Colonel Richardson baseball coach Garrett Niepert has been coaching Rogolski for 2 years. Niepert talks about what it's like to have him on the team.
But he goes out there and competes every day and gives us a chance to win, which is what I enjoy the most of him going out there.
Rogolski has 1 year left at Colonel Richardson since he's a senior. Earlier this year, he committed to play college baseball for Wake Forest. Coach Niepert talks about the expectations he has for Rogolski for the remainder of the year.
Be himself, do what he does, and other than that, he doesn't need me very much.
Rogolski is having fun on the mound for Colonel Richardson as he continues helping his team pile up those victories. Major League Baseball scouts are attending Jordan's games, and so it's possible that he's going to be drafted in the Major League Baseball draft this year on July the 13th.
Definitely bright things ahead in his future. And meanwhile, we had a pretty meaningful day of boys lacrosse out in Cambridge today. This was an eventful one with Cambridge versus North Dorchester. The Vikings took the first half against the Eagles pretty easily. They scored 9 unanswered goals. But in the second half, Cambridge, they pretty much did the same thing. They dominated. North Dorchester would find a way to get a couple tallies on the board to avoid the shutout. Vikings go on to win 16-2, but the big surprise was at the end of the game, after the game. It was a ceremony honoring North Dorchester head coach Steve Hurley for his involvement in bringing lacrosse to the Cambridge area. We had an official letter from USA Lacrosse commending Hurley. Everyone gathered to support and honor his legacy. We had old players coming together, giving him a helmet plaque. After the game, Cambridge head coach Brendan Bromwell had this to say about his former coach.
There were a lot of people here for Coach Hurley today and all that he's done for the county and lacrosse around here. And I can't thank him enough. I know, speaking for everybody that's here, all this turnout is for him and what he's done here in this county and, just from the start till now.
Getting back to Rogolski, he's going to have an important decision. If he is drafted by a major league team, does he, forego his eligibility at Wake Forest, or does he sign with a Major League Baseball team? That's going to be the key decision.
Yeah, it's definitely a big one.
Coming up next, find out who's going to be the WMDT Athlete of the Week. You're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.
Chase Shepard, pitcher for Parkside Rams, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.
Our Holly Kia dog walking forecast shows a very decent day for your Saturday. We're talking about 80s, lots of sunshine. Can't rule out someone closer to the Bayside to get a passing shower, maybe a quick thunderstorm, but the chance of that is so low, not even including it. So we'll give a green pulse all day for the Holly Kia dog walking forecast. It's going to be a bit of a breeze tomorrow, so we do have a small crowd advisory for the Atlantic Ocean and the Chesapeake Bay. Winds at around 15 to as much as 25 knots out there. Interior gusts could be up to 30 miles per hour out of the south. Now for your Sunday, that's going to be the best chance for some more widespread showers across the region with the passage of a front. The sky should be mostly cloudy as well. We'll have additional chances for showers Monday into Tuesday as well before it looks like some drier air moves in for your day on Wednesday. So we'll keep it on the dry side for that day, but there may be another front that gives us a few showers for the end of the week. We'll watch it, guys.
Thanks, Eric. It's time to unveil our WMDT Athlete of the Week. It's James M. Bennett Clippers track and field athlete Jaden Matthews. Matthews won gold in the 300-meter hurdles and a new meet record for the Clippers.
And we want to hear who you think should win next week's award. Send in your suggestions to our email, sports@wmdt.com.
Now it's time for the community calendar. And this week, we're taking a look at the Delmarva Shorebirds. This weekend, they're looking to close out the series against those Fayetteville Woodpeckers on the road. They have a day off on Monday. They travel to Myrtle Beach to start a 6-game series with the Pelicans. The Shorebirds are 6-19 on the season. They did win tonight, Chris, 5-4 against the Woodpeckers. They had 12 hits.
Those wins have been tough to come by for the Shorebirds so far, Anthony, so that's got to feel good for them tonight to, find a way to get back in the W column and snap that losing streak they were on.
You know what the Shorebirds are doing? They've been making a lot of roster changes. They're bringing a lot of pitchers to the team from, the FCL, and I think it's really helping. They just need to bring some more bats, and the Shorebirds are going to be okay.
Just got to stay with it.
That is for sure. That's going to do it for tonight. As always, thank you so much for watching.
And be sure to keep up with us this weekend all over social media.
Have a great night.